Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be seeing various programming languages which we use to manage database. We'll explore the key features, strength and application of these database languages, and to make you understand it in a better way, we'll also see the essential tools which we use for storing the data, also manipulating them. Without wasting any time, let's get started. Firstly, what is a database? A database is an organized collection of a data which are generally stored and also accessed electronically from a computer system. This database allows for efficient and stored storage and structured storage and management of a large amount of information. Now, why do we need this database? Databases are essential for managing critical data which are used worldwide in industries and also for the applications. For example, like customer records and also inventory management of financial transaction for any business intelligence. Some common examples are CRM, which is relationship management system, and ERP, which is enterprise resource planning. Also, the e-commerce platforms like Amazon, Flipkart, etc. to get the products and customer information. Database is kind of a base where we store different type of data from the systems. So this database is really important, especially for storing the data where we store all the important types of data. And that's why since there are different type of data and we need different type of bases, we have different languages for them. Let's see all those type of languages. The four important languages which we use for uh, for the database are DDL, DML, DCL, and TCL. DDL stands for Data Definition Language, which is a set of SQL commands used to define the structure of database. It includes various commands which we'll be seeing in the next part of video. Now let's see what is DML. DML is Data Manipulating Languages. Here, we use SQL commands to interact with the data stored in the database. In DDL, we used to define the structure. In DML, we used to interact with data stored in the database. And in data control language, which is DCL, we use SQL commands to manage the user permission and access to control the data. It provides the user permission to access the data, and the common commands we use is grant and revoke, which we'll be studying, and the TCL, which is transaction control language. Here we use the SQL commands to manage database transactions. Let's study more about all these four languages. And before that, let's know what is this SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. The SQL or the Structured Query Language is the standard language for interacting with relational database. It provides a powerful set of capability, which includes DDL, as we know, data definition language, DML, manipulating language, DCL, which is data control language, and TCL, which is transaction control language, where the SQL allows user to perform complex queries and operation on database data with precision and efficiency. For example, select is one of the data manipulating language command. For example, select is an SQL command which we use in data manipulation languages to interact with the data basically. Here we are using the select command where it retrieve the name and position information for all the employee with job title manager. So you can see we have provided here. This type of complex query demonstration, the versatility and power of SQL is managing the extracting valuable insight from the relational database. Let's see what is DDL, that is data definition language. Data definition language is a critical component of our database management where we use to define and modify the structure of database. It includes creating, altering, and deleting of data objects such as tables, indexes, and views. The key commands which we use for creating, altering, and deleting data are create, alter, and drop. Create for creating, alter for altering, and drop for deleting. And the table index views are basically the database objects. For example, as you can see, we are using the create command over here, and also the database object table to store the employee details. As we can see, we are using employee ID. For employee ID, we are using the int, and for name, we are using varchar, and for position, we are also using character. So similarly, here it would establish a new table called employees. So you can see employees and primary key employee ID, a name field and position field. Here the DDL is providing the building base to construct the database schema to fit the specific needs for an application and organization. Now let's see about DML, which is data manipulation language. What is database manipulation language? It is a crucial component of a database management where it uses querying and modifying data within a database. And DML provides a set of commands that allows user to perform essential operation like retrieving, inserting, updating, deleting the data inside the database. So in DDL, we saw how to manipulate the database. Here we'll be seeing how we manipulate the data inside the database. Basically, we use the four important commands, which is select, insert, update, and delete. As select, we use to retrieve the data from the database, which allows the user to extract specific information which they need. And insert, we add the new data to the database, which enable creation of new records. And for the update, we use it for modifying the data which is already inside the database. It allows us to make changes in the existing records. And delete, we use to remove the data from the database. And as you can see in the example, we are using insert into. Insert into, we use it for manipulating data inside the database. This is the database where we add new employee record to the employees table. We are adding, since it's an insert command, with an employee ID for one. And the name, John Doe, the position of manager, for example, we are adding the values. Let's see the next one, which is DCL, data control language. This data control language is used to control the access to data within a database. It focuses on managing user permission and security. Like it allows the database administration to grant or revoke the user access right to specific database object or operations. The two main DCL commands are grant and revoke, where the command is used to give user access privileges such as select, insert, or update. Meanwhile, the revoke command is used to access right to these data objects and operations. As you can see, grant select, and we are using grant select for letting the user use the insert type of manipulation command, the data manipulation command, where the user one both view and access new record to the employee table. The DCL commands are essential part of database security, which helps to ensure the only authorization used can access the modifying selected data. Now let's see the last type of language, which is transaction control language. Here the TCL provides a set of commands that allow developers to manage the life cycle of transaction and also enable them to save or undo the changes as needed. The main commands which we use for TCL is commit, rollback, and save points. Commit, we use it to save all the changes made during the transaction. Rollbacks, which undoes any changes made during the transaction. And save point, which sets a point in transaction that can be used for rollback purposes. These commands work together to maintain the data consistency and prevent partially completed transaction from causing an issue in database. For example, TCL command to wrap a series of database operations such as inserting a new employee record within a transaction. If any operation fails, then the developer can use rollback command to undo those changes and maintain the database integrity. Or alternatively, if all the operations are successful, then you can use commit command to save the changes permanently. Now let's see the applications where we use these database languages. Firstly, for e-commerce, which is online buying, where database is essential for managing the complex operation. Uh, the apps like Amazon and Flipkart, they use these types of languages to manage the organize the product catalogs or customer order histories or inventory data types information to ensure smooth, efficient online shopping. We also use these languages for banking, where the databases are used to track customer accounts, transaction loan information, or other sensitive data. It also allows banks to maintain the secure records and detect the frauds and provide personal services to the clients. We also use them for healthcare. Obviously, the healthcare organization rely on database to store and manage the patient records or medical histories, diagnosis, treatments, appointments, and this data enables better information decision making and also efficient for hospital and clinic operations. Social media, the social media platforms like Instagram, WhatsApp, they also use the database to handle massive amount of user data, like the profiles, posts, comments, or any interactions. And these data powers features like personalized newsfeed and targeted advertising, also sophisticated analytics to drive user engagement, and the platform growth. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. And if you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe.